I just wanna live and let go and just lose control, just lose control.
Hi everybody, welcome back. I feel like I'm a little off here. My husband is in a rush and I can see that my camera is sideways, so sorry about that. We are on survival mode in this home right now because of both of mine and my husband's work schedules and wanting to do stuff and having big projects and things like that. So I have some videos for you guys, but today I don't know if anyone actually requested this, but I thought that it might be useful. So I wanted to do a ShopMissA beginner's kit, and the things that I would tell people if they came to me and knew nothing about ShopMissA and they were like, hey, what should I get started with? You know, I'm not too crazy with makeup, but I wear it, and then occasionally I like to wear it glamly, or if you do, or you're a glam girl every day, it doesn't matter. Either way, I want to show you guys what I would recommend to those people who would ask me that. So if you're interested in this and seeing what I would offer people if they needed to get started on ShopMissA, then let's go ahead and get into it. It's actually more than you would think because, like, I have a whole bed. Why don't we start off with eyeshadow? Because I actually did my whole look today with ShopMissA for the most part. I think that the only thing that I didn't use it with ShopMissA was my highlighter and my contour today. First off, let's get into eyeshadow and what I would tell you to get. First, for the people who are simplistic, do looks like maybe what I have on my eye right now, which was just two different colors, I would go ahead and go with the quads that they came out with. Let me find all of them. Okay, so there is 4 that they came out with, and they all kind of look the same, to be honest, but some of them have shimmers, some of them have deeper, darker colors, some of them have lighter colors. Today, I used 3 different kinds for this look, and I use these almost every single time I do my makeup because the white in this one is so pigmented and so soft and gives me such a luxurious base that my eyeshadows blend like a dream. So I used this and this and this, like all 3 of these colors except for the orange on my look today. This is in Zinnia, but these offer you such a simplistic, warm toned kind of look. So it really depends on if you are a warm toned girl. This one comes with the same white. I actually did drop it and break this, but I'm actually using this as an eyebrow highlight. I'm still using it. I don't care if I broke it. I'll buy another one. You know, they're $1.55, I believe. So they're very, very easy to use. The quality is there with the shadows. I went and used this one to kind of just darken it up a little bit. I wasn't looking for too much on the top because the lip is the star of the show, I guess. And so I would highly recommend those to people who say that they don't wear a lot of eyeshadow and if they're into warm tones. People tend to be more into warm tones than cool tones, but I'm a warm tone girl, so what's that saying? Now, if you're looking for a little bit more variety than that, I would have to say go with these palettes. They're $10 a piece. But these, the quality of these is something that you would normally pay at least $30+ for. So these will offer you a lot of variety, you know, if you want to be able to have those colors. And these 2 palettes were by far my favorite that I would choose for people who are new on the site. The first one is Moonstone, which is actually new. They just launched this not too long ago. This has a lot of very pretty colors, but that also offers a lot of neutral type of colors. So you can go, like, you can start here. You know, this could be your everyday, and then you can move out towards whether you have a date or a function or something else like that. So that was one that I offered, but Self-Made is by far needed in everybody's collection. This is one of the best eyeshadow palettes I have in my collection, and I have a lot of high-end in my collection when it comes to eyeshadows. So I know, and this also does have cool tones within it. You know, it has a cool tone brown up here, which looks almost gray, but it also has a lot of warm pops of colors, but it also offers a lot of neutral type easy colors to work with. So if you want the easy simple, I'd go with the quads. If you want something that will give you variety, I would go with these. These are from AOA and A2O. I would definitely highly recommend those palettes. Now if we're going to talk brushes, first of all, any of their brushes, their eye brushes, I didn't grab any eye brushes today because I'm going to show it to you this way up here. But by far what I would say to get from a set would be the pink one, the Paw Paw collection one. Those brushes are so good. They are so good. I use them every single day. So I would highly recommend those. I just had a whole bunch of dirty ones, and you know, I'd show it to you on here. But if you're going for singular ones, definitely go with the AOA Studio and get the single ones. I use this one for either blush or contour. This is the F14. It's just a slanted one. These brushes are fantastic when it comes to quality. They don't shed. I've washed them tons of times. They keep their shape. They do what you want them to do. Like, these are perfect. For powder, I'd go with the F20. It's big. I love it. And then, of course, the beloved F19 that everybody knows about. That highlighting brush is a dupe for many high-end highlighting brushes and even drugstore highlighting brushes. This is the one to get. And then you have the F13, which also can be used for blush or contour bronzing, anything that you feel like doing. I mean, really do what you want with your brushes. And then we also have the F12, which can also be used as a powder brush or a bronzer brush, anything you want to do with it. But these AOA Studio, it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning. You guys keep telling me to stop filming in the morning, and I just don't get it. But like I said, any of the AOA Studio singles are fantastic, but the ones, I have the black version that comes in the set, the Studio set with the hot pink writing. Those are fantastic too. They're not as great as these, but they are fantastic. I think they all are. And then lastly, Cala. If you see Cala brushes on there, for the most part, the professional ones are very, very good. This is the Cala V Contouring 755. This has a very weird shape where it's like almost like a triangle top, but it's so good. It gets right in the crevice if you have a smaller face, or you know, you're a little bit heavier, you have to do your contouring a little bit differently than other people do. And this is the brush for that. I think that it might be sold out on the site right now, but it's still up there. So if something is still on the site and it says out of stock, it means that at some point they will be restocking it. So just keep an eye out and you'll get it. Now for lips, I came up with a lot. I mean, honestly, it all comes down to preference, really. But the first things I would say, of course, are the AOA Paw Paw Velvet Lips, which I'm wearing now. What am I wearing? I think it's Lana. Is it Lana? Yes, it's Lana. This is what I'm wearing today. It's Lana. It reminds me of Lana off Smallville. I need to rewatch that whole series. I miss it so, so much. I love me some Tom Welling. Oh, so hot. He was on Lucifer. Oh, okay, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm so sorry. But they came out with a ton. And these are so easy. They do not dry down, so they will transfer, but they have a very moussey and moisturizing texture to them. And with all of the nice light pink neutral shades, but then you can go va-va-voom. This isn't even the darkest selection. I think it's like the third to the darkest selection. I would highly recommend these to people. And then, of course, the AOA just plain Studio lipsticks. These ones don't smell, and they are fantastic. They don't have a lot of choices on the site, I think, personally. So I only have these four: Shore, Bliss, Reef, and Bikini. But they're more nudes and then a pink at the end here. They are a great quality, so I would recommend those as a starter kit. And then these Rich On ones. Oh, I love these so much. These are a matte lip. I don't know what just happened. These are a matte lipstick is what I was trying to say. But they have nudes and then they have reds. So that's really all you get. I have tangerine and honey, and oh my goodness, they make your lips look so good and so soft, and they kind of like flatten out the lines in your lips. I don't know. These are amazing. So this is another thing I would definitely recommend. And then lastly, for lips, what I love and would recommend are these Malibu Glitz Essential Matte Lipsticks. A lot of them sold out, but I have a feeling they're going to be coming back. So my favorite out of them is Buttered Pecan. Pecan! Now, if you are into setting sprays, because a lot of people that do day-to-day makeup and aren't really that much into, like, they watch all the beauty bloggers and all of that, they don't really use primers, sprays, anything like that. But if you are, I commend you. And of course, the AOA setting spray. It's like the only one I use. I have other ones. I try to use them too, but I gravitate towards this all the time. It's the best. The best. So that will always be something that I would recommend. And primer wise from them, I would recommend the AOA Aloe Face Primer. We've talked about this a lot lately, but this is, you can use it whether you wear makeup or don't. So if you are somebody who is such a minimalist with your makeup or skincare, just use this. Oh, it stays on all day. It makes your skin look so healthy and moisturizing. So that's definitely something I would recommend. I would also recommend, if you wear liquid foundation concealer, to get the Paw Paw sponge. This is a very well-known sponge. Very, very popular sponge. Even all the way up into the million range of subscriber bloggers. This sponge will change your life. Do not get a beauty blender. Do not get a beauty blender, or just go out and burn your money in the yard. Don't do that either, please. Give it to me. I think I'm funny. I'm not funny. I'm only funny to me, okay? I get it. Now, with foundation, I would, of course, recommend the AOA ProWear foundation. I use this almost every single day. I love this. It comes in a small bottle, but you will be surprised how long it lasts. And to be honest, it's 1 ounce, which is as much as you get out of any other kind of foundation. So, makes you wonder, right? Like, all of our other foundations are huge and bulky and big, but AOA has nothing to hide. Nothing. They know they're good. For concealer, the AOA Paw Paw Concealer. Now, you will always go right with any Paw Paw charity item because the quality is there. I love it. But they are $1.55 or up. They because they do donate to the charities for animal abuse. But this concealer is so good. I use it in every single way you can use a concealer, which a lot of concealers these days you can't do. They are made for one specific thing. Spot concealing, under eyes, highlighting, things like that. This does it all. This does it all. So that would be something I'd be like, get it. Get it. Now, if I had to come down to a powder, a face powder, because a lot of people who are minimalists still do powder their faces or just use a powder instead of a foundation, and I would go with the AOA Perfect Powder. This is their perfect finishing pressed powder, and I have this in 3 different versions. I have it in ivory, I have it in buff beige, and I have it in transparent. I love these so much. It makes your skin feel like a porcelain doll. It's so soft. It's really, really great at setting liquid foundation, and it stays. It stays on your skin. So I really like that. That's something that I would highly recommend. It's going to be like the AOA brand it's going to be like a repeating star. Now for eyebrows, I would definitely go with their Slim Brow. I love these. I have 4 of them. I used it today on my brows. Absolutely love them. I use medium brown. So if that helps you choose. But I love these. They tend to dry out a little bit, but then I noticed that they still work. You just have to tug a little bit more than I would like. But that does not happen for months. So I have so many eyebrow pencils that I think that I'm the reason why that happens. Most other people who don't have tons of them will go through this quickly enough to not have to worry about that. These are not waxy to the point where they'll move on your face, and that's something that I love about them. So highly recommend that. If you're more of just a gel person, you just want to throw in a gel, go with these. They have multiple different colors. This is the AOA Brow Gel. If you use a spoolie, I have this one in medium brown. If you just put it on a spoolie and go run through your brows, like if you already have your brows done and you don't need to like shape them, just use this brow gel. It is so good. So good. And then if you're just a powder girl, I'd go with the Amuse. Look, the writing is like wearing off because I use this so much. This is the Amuse Brow Perfecting Duo. I should have put this in my dupes video because this is like a complete dupe for the ABH brow powder. It is so good. That'll be in the next one for sure. But this is an amazing $1 powder, so I would definitely go with that. So there's options because, you know, people do different things with their brows. I don't know. I do it all sometimes. Now for eyeliners, I have quite a bit here actually, because they do have a lot of great choices on the site. For liquid eyeliner, I would first off go with the AOA Artista brushes. Sorry, I hear my son having a fit out there, and it's my mom mind is like, oh, what's going on? But the Artista, these are felt tip liquid liners. I love the brown the most. I have them in almost every single color because they are so good. I highly recommend these if you are good at working with felt tip liners, which sometimes can be hard for beginners or people that do not do that a lot. It can be scary. And also their beauty stamp liners are actually really good. Even if you don't use the beauty stamp side of it, you know, if you don't want a freaking amazing little heart, you know, or star or flower, that's fine because on the other side is a felt tip liner that works amazingly. So there's an option. But if you like the paint tip kind, and that is easier for you because when I wore less makeup, that was easier for me, I would go with the AOA Eyes on Me in black, which is called Edgy. This will be a very good friend to you if you're good with paint. And then gel liners, AOA, they're gel liners for eyeliners in your waterline. They reformulated them. They are bomb. They are bomb and they are necessary. I have black and brown and I will always repurchase them. Now when it comes to bronzers, I don't have a lot from ShopMissA, and I didn't think that I had any because I just did a full face of ShopMissA using only ShopMissA. I will leave that link down below if you want to watch that video. But then I forgot about this, the Amuse. This is a bronzer and a blush. The bronzer is matte, which is very rare for anything that's off of ShopMissA. And then it also comes with a beautiful blush. So if you are a minimalist like that, this will be your best friend. But if you're also looking for a bronzer that works really good, that isn't a liquid bronzer, then I would go with this one because it blends like a dream. You just need to be careful because these are very pigmented. Very pigmented. Now for blush, this isn't going to be a surprise to people that know me, but I have so much blush recommendations right now that I feel a little embarrassed. First off, if you want variety, for my variety ladies, these Starry blushes. They come with 5 different blushes per palette, and they have all different colors. These are so good. These are so good. Get them if you want variety. If you don't want variety but you want something that's smooth and sinks right in and gives you a healthy look, I would go with these Amuse blushes. These are the ones that it always takes me a minute every single time because I just don't. Okay, you open it like this and it comes with its own blush brush inside here and a mirror. I would definitely go with that if that's something that's easier for you. These are very silky and they melt into the skin almost like they're wet, but they're not. They are a powder. So I would recommend those. But if you just like blushes, you don't want anything that's going to take up too much room, I have the perfect ones. And that matte blushes are the AOA Perfect Blushes. Of course. I have 6 of them. I'm probably going to end up getting even more. I mean, this one here in Finno almost reminds me like it could be a bronzer. It's just a little bit too light. but I have a lot of like oranges. I love oranges. I have pinks. Even the ones that look, oh, it's good. It's good. We don't have a man down. Okay, even the ones that look a little, they look a little scary to use, they're not. They blow out on your face and they look so beautiful. So don't be scared of the color, okay? So this is for people who don't want to use up a lot of room but want a good matte blush. That'll be an option for you. And then another option is for my glowy blush ladies. I love a glowy blush. And that would, of course, be the Lumi, AOA Lumi Blushes. These are baked blushes. You can use them wet or dry. Let me tell you, you will never need to use them wet. If you do, people are going to think you're sick. And I mean like ill. Like sick ill. They might ask you if you have a fever. They have so many of these. These are just 3 that I grabbed. I love this one in So Close. It's so beautiful. But they give you such a beautiful blush color with a highlighted sheen. It's very, very beautiful. Not for the faint of heart if you do have a lot of big pores on your face, though. Just a tip. And then lastly here for highlighters, what I would recommend to basically anyone who is starting out and wanted to try a little highlighter is the Halo highlighters. These are also baked, so you can get them wet and have a very, like the aliens will see you, or you can keep them dry and have more of a natural highlight, which is something that I like having the option of. I have this one here in Blissful and this one in Allure. Blissful's my favorite, but Allure has been something I've been using a lot lately, and I really like it because it's more toned down. So I would highly recommend these if you're starting out your kit for ShopMissA. Alright, so that is everything that I would recommend to people that is a must-have to begin, you know, makeup in general or ShopMissA in general. I will leave everything that I talked about linked down below for you guys if you want to start, or if you just see something that you don't have in your collection and you think might fit. So I'll leave it all down below. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you guys liked this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I of course will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.